Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Recap Lunch Hour with Guff, me, Ryan McGuffey. It's all brought to you by Hooters, originalhooters.com to visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you, coming to you from one last day before I head back to the Windy City this weekend. It's been a great week down here. Where am I? We'll figure that out. We'll find out later in the show as I show you some of the stuff that's been going on down here. I posed a question on social. And it's out. First off, I want to say thank you to Pat Boyle for yesterday for coming on. A lot of you were here for it. A lot of you asked questions to Pat. He was fantastic. He was gracious with his time. Originally, I told him, 15 minutes, we'll get you in and out. And I knew the show was 30, but I wasn't going to use the whole show for Pat. He was fantastic. He said he would come back if the Hawks make a big splash around free agency. Was it Mitch Marner? We'll figure that out, and we'll find out if they add a 100-point score to their lineup. He did say, and I do believe this, they will spend. The Hawks are always a team that spends near the top of the salary cap. So we will see who that might be. But I do want to say thank you to all of you, and thank you to PB for joining us here on the Recap Lunch Hour. A lot of fun to be had. And I also asked a question on social. Who is your favorite player, any sport in Chicago right now? I think a lot of people, with the way PCA is playing, it just seems like it's recency bias, right? It probably is PCA, but I think there are Bears players that are out there. I think some of you who are Caleb fans think Caleb could absolutely be in the running and go back and forth for possible favorite player in Chicago right now. And then we have the other news that Jonathan Toews, former Blackhawk. The best news here is that he's returning to the NHL healthy. After a 2-year hiatus when the Blackhawks did not renew his contract, he had immune issues. He had trouble breathing at times. He had some post-COVID stuff. So Jonathan Toews to return to the NHL. The Winnipeg Jets announced this on social, and this is what I love. It's like, why wait? It's 12 days from now, free agency on July 1st. He will be a Winnipeg Jet. He is from Winnipeg. Winnipeg won the President's Trophy. He wants to win at this point in his career. I don't blame him. And unfortunately, for whatever reason, I don't think the Hawks have much interest in bringing him back. And that's the unfortunate part. But the fortunate part is that Jonathan Toews gets to go out on his terms. It's hard to believe to me that he's 37 years old. It's crazy. I remember when him and Kane broke in as 18, 19-year-old kids. So good for Jonathan Toews being able to go out on his own. Plenty of stuff here in the comments. Eric, what's going on? Happy Friday to you. PCA to you is honestly the biggest Chicago star right now. Happy to see Toews back in the NHL with the Jets in his hometown. Let's take 2 out of 3 from the Seattle Mariners this week in a big series for the Cubs, starting in just under an hour here after the lunch hour. Big win by the Pacers last night. Definitely look forward to Game 7 on Sunday. Yeah, I missed that one, huh? The Pacers there's been some weird games in this series. For it to be a 7-game series, there's been blowouts on both sides. Very unlike the Stanley Cup, which had multiple overtime games. This series has been a weird one to me. It seems like if it's going to continue on the trend that Oklahoma City finds a way to get it done on Sunday. But I will say this, Game 7s, anything happens. It's anything goes Game 7. All the pressure definitely is on Oklahoma City. Hello, Jim. Happy Friday to you. Swayze, yesterday's show was fire. As for the question, it's PCA by a mile. That kid is the juice, and it galvanizes the entire team. I love the guy. The real Phil Simms. Straight beatdown in Naptown last night. Definitely didn't see that happening. I'm right there with you, Phil. On to Game 7. That was awesome with PB. Could you guys have him at Hooters next Wednesday? Would be off the charts. I don't think we're going to keep inviting PB. It would be awesome. Maybe in the future we'll start doing that. Speaking of next Thursday, that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to come down here. Sorry about that bad punch. That's what happens when you're doing the whole show yourself. Make your plans to be with us on Wednesday. Speaking of Phil's comment, we will be live Wednesday at 6:30 here on YouTube, but we'll do it in person at Hooters O'Hare. We will do a watch party, the Cubs and Cardinals. Big game, big series. And then the NBA draft also. Cap and I will stay there for a few hours, meet and greet, do a little watch the NBA draft to see at least who the Bulls pick, and then we'll wrap things up. But we'll do a live stream there. We'll definitely do some stuff where we get to circle the engines and meet with you guys. Make your plans to be with us at Hooters O'Hare on Wednesday night. We will go live at 6:30, of course, originalhooters.com. If you have any more questions from there, we will be promoting that And we'll be giving NASCAR street race tickets away all in person. Tough loss yesterday for the Cubs. It happens. Get ready for a good Mariners team. Yeah, I kind of like the matchup for the Mariners today. Cubs had to expend a lot of energy yesterday. Mariners had to coming in fresh. Phil with interesting perspective. I don't know if I disagree with him. Still thinks it's Kyle Tucker. Definitely played a major role as to why the Cubs are amongst the best in baseball. What's up, Becky? Seattle just DFA'd Rowdy Toews. I don't think that really moves any mountains for me. And clearly, Seattle's thinking playoffs. So at some point, you got to move on from guys that aren't producing. Would we be doing a recap lunch hour for Cubs Cardinals on July 4th? Would be off the chain. I don't know about that, Phil. We'll see if we'll do an actual July 4th recap lunch hour. That might be a holiday, but we'll see. We will see. I don't want to say no. Good after Phil, just firing off. How do I think Toews will do it in Winnipeg? Tough to say. I just want him to be healthy and happy and healthy. I don't think he's going to be a big minutes guy. Could easily be a third line center type. We'll see. Wear a sunscreen, Becky, all week long. I've been wearing the sunscreen all week long. I don't mess around. I got some color for an Irish guy. But yeah, definitely wear the sunscreen. As for guests, Ryan, you want me to do the pucks and sevens guy? Scott Laughlin from NHL Network Radio, Mark DeRosa, Lauren Shahadi, and Greg Amsinger, and Harold Rounds. That's it, Phil? That's all you got? Big names, my friend. Becky, OKC will win Game 7. I would think so, but I will say Game 7, it's anything goes. All the pressure, all of it, is squarely on Oklahoma City. So where's this secret location? Hope you've enjoyed it, brother, and thank you for all the great content this week. Yeah, I like to keep I don't want to just give away where we're at. This is the kind of crazy stuff that we do. We have hermit crab races, okay? And if you see at the top of your screen there, it's the first to reach the water, okay? First to reach the water. That guy at the top of your screen, that's me. That's my guy, Speedy. I did a little scouting combine. You saw the picture to start this thing. There's my guy, the scouting combine. He wins. There's my sister-in-law's. He kind of just stopped. Cost her the race. And then what happened is, here comes some late bloomers. Late starts. There they are, 3 and 4. 3 actually catches up and finishes second. Gets to the water first. So, yeah, I'm in Dauphin Island, Alabama. Dauphin Island, not Dolphin, Dauphin. If you like remote and secret, I'm giving a big secret away right here on YouTube. It's quiet, man. Like the biggest thing you have to do is figure out what you want to eat at night. Beach or pool. There's not a bunch of, there's no parasailing or mini golf. You could take a ferry across the island and go over to Gulf Shores, which all of that exists. And this is kind of the anti that. So some fun stuff for sure. So there you go, Pablo. Kyle, happy Friday. Having PB on yesterday was amazing. Need to have him on post-draft for sure. Glad he and I are on the same page with who the Hawks should take at 3. Anton Frondell. Only 1 week, and we'll see who they draft. Yeah, 1 week from tonight. My Chicago athlete, Lip Ripper, says, is Frankie Nazar on? Or Caleb Williams, 18. I like the Hawks pick there. I would say PCA, Kyle says. But we'll see how Bedard and Caleb do in their upcoming season. Funny how Bedard is kind of forgotten about right now. That could change here in the coming years. PCA is my favorite, but Caleb Williams, if he takes a big step with the new regime this fall, will be the guy. I kind of feel the same way, OD. My favorite hockey player ever is Chris Chelios, and he was not only great, but seemed to play until he was 67. But the captain will be able to play for years to come. Read this might be the last year of the Chicago street race. I hope not, as it looks like a cool event to attend. Saw the replacement location might be somewhere in California. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be in San Diego. I do know originally this was a 3-year deal, and it is the NASCAR street race here in Chicago at Grant Park, July 4th weekend, July 5th and 6th. We have tickets. We've been giving tickets away all week. We're going to ramp that up next week and give a boatload more away, including in person at Hooters, July 5th and 6th, the Xfinity Series on Saturday, the Cup Series on Sunday, Zach Brown Band playing in Grant Park on Saturday. Really cool. Our tickets will cover all of that. Make sure you stay tuned to the Recap Lunch Hour, the Recap Rush Hour, and all of our socials because we got plenty more tickets to give away. We're going to do driver interviews. I've been saying this. Driver interviews will be our next guest. They will be live in the week leading up to the race, probably as early as next week. I believe Cap and I will be interviewing Kyle Larson, about as big as name of it as it gets in the sport. So I don't know if it's going to be the last one, but I would say plan on it and then try to get these tickets, folks, and go, because it's really cool. Terry, tough stretch for the Cubs coming up here. I'll take 500 all day long from now up until the All-Star break. That would put you right around 15 games over 500 at the break. Yeah, Terry, definitely agree with you every shape of the way. I don't think to have a 67% winning clip from here on out, I think would be a little bit too much to ask. OD, I know I'm biased since I live in Indy, but the yesers all the way, if they didn't hand them game 4, it would have been already wrapped up. Game 4, I keep coming back to game 4. If they end up winning game 7, then they overcame game 4. If they end up losing game 7, it's the one that got away. Godfather, June 20th, first day of summer. Park still full, still under the luxury tax. Our wonderful owner is a cheapskate. Oh, Godfather, happy Friday. Swayze, that game last night was horrid. Yeah, I'm conspiracy theorist and think the NBA threw that game for Game 7 theater because their ratings have been arse. No way OKC played that bad intentionally. They missed a lot of shots. I just thought it's just been blowout city. It's been tough to stay dialed in. Clyde, there he is. Just another day that ends in white. You and PB ignored my comment yesterday about the Chicago Blackhawks. PCA's must-see TV, but will not be MVPCA. Probably not because Shohei Ohtani's a unicorn. I did not ignore your comment. You asked specifically about who the Hawks would take at number 3. Someone had beat you to that. So rather than repeat the question from Pat, I said all those questions get lumped in together. If you had a different question, if you want to think I ignored you, okay, I don't know what to say. Kyle, saw some tape after watching Colley's latest podcast. The kitty pick for Chicago looks pretty good. Lunch Hour crew, definitely check it out before the draft next week. Again, we will be at Hooters June 25th with the Chicago Bulls making their pick as well, and we'll be watching the Cubs and Cardinals in St. Louis. I need the Hawks to start winning cups again, says Lip. Just watching all my Panthers friends celebrate makes me miss those Hawks Cup runs. I know, like seeing the Hawks or the Panthers crowds, I'm like, man, that paled in comparison to that era that we saw in Chicago. Mikey, happy Friday to you. Have a great weekend. You as well, my friend. Wow, Seattle just cleared a fortune in meal money alone. That's what the Rowdy Tie is, DFA. Godfather, $50. We've upped it to $50 because it's a Friday home game. I see what you're doing, Godfather. It's for a hot dog and a beer still under the luxury tax. Jay, good afternoon. Who do you think is closer to contending, the Sox or the Hawks? Man, that's a really good question because there's a lot of young talent on both sides. Sox, by the way, are bringing up Wickleman Gonzalez. That's the third player of the Garrett Crochet deal that will make the major leagues before the All-Star break. All right, so I believe more that the Hawks will spend big before the White Sox. Both have really good young talent, but because the Hawks are willing to spend and they have a superstar, I will say the Blackhawks. But that's my caveat. Braves all of a sudden playing great baseball, and I'm pissed. If this continues, we can kiss Sale goodbye. They keep saying that Chris Sale's not going to be expendable, okay? The Braves are playing great baseball. They are now 5 games under. Here's the thing, though. They're still 10 games back. They're still 5.5 out of the wild card. Now, they've made up a lot of ground, and there's still over a month to go. That's why I've said monitor it. If the Braves get hot, so be it. Yeah, Chris Sale will be gone for sure. D'Angelo, welcome to the chat, man. Welcome to the chat. Who are the Bulls picking at 12? What's free agency look like for the Bulls? I would not expect the Bulls. They don't have a lot of money to spend. And I would recommend checking out the Bulls Recap podcast, the latest with Joe Colley, who does a mock draft on this version. I think he mentions a couple of players. It really depends on what happens to you at 12 or really what happens to you above you. And there's just a drop off after 1, then after 4, then after 9, then it gets to like that 4th tier. It's probably, you're hoping for a modest type situation, a guy that you can steal at 12 and develop as part of your core going forward. One more reminder for the Offbeat Sports this weekend. The Hounds play New England at 1 on ESPN. Winner goes to the championship game. Go Hounds. Kyle, I absolutely love it. How could you not do the old school horse track announcer voice when calling that race? Thanks for sharing. Absolutely, Pablo. I did do a little bit. I took the audio out just for the fun of showing the video. Your secret location is Rickettsville at Rickettsville Beach. Now, I think Tommy Rickettsville has my walk's about 150 yards. His is probably about a little loft lob wedge? Probably. Happy Friday, Guff. What are the updated odds on PCA MVP? You ask. I will answer that question. It is the updated odds on PCA. It was 13-1, I think, a couple days ago. It's up to 8-1. It's gone from 13-1 to 8-1 that quick, just in a couple of days being away. That's incredible. Hey, you know what else is incredible? Hooters on a Friday. Get the Big Daddy mugs. It's summer, for God's sakes. Or the Blueberry Lemonade, the drink of the month. It's $8 all month long, only at Hooters, originalhooters.com, one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. Order.hooters.com. Pick up those tender tacos. It's always a good night for tacos, wings, the habanero, the mango habanero, and of course the cinnamon pretzel bites, a McGuffey staple. Order.hooters.com if you want to pick your order up to go. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, and for those who are just joining us, make your plans to be with us on Wednesday. We will be at Hooters O'Hare. We will be live streaming from 6:30 to 7-ish as Cap and I come to you live, talking Cubs as the Cubs game happens with the Cardinals. It'll be a watch party with us at the recap. I'll be there. Cap will be there. Katie will be there. The Bulls pick 12 later that night. They start at 7. We will stay certainly through that pick, and we will be there for you to chat with throughout the night. Make sure you go meet your plans to be with us on Wednesday. Call Hooters O'Hare and save a table because we'll be ready to have a lot of fun for sure. And we'll have NASCAR street tickets as well to give away. Jay, I don't know much about the Blackhawks, but they do have some young guys who are developing, or are they just going to sign free agents? Both. I don't think there's – Pat said the pool for free agency is not large, but they will spend. Sammy Sosa back in Chicago this weekend, says Becky. Kyle, an update, ESPN2 for the Hounds. Look forward to it. Appreciate it, Corey. Hopefully see you there. Can't wait for that Kyle Larson interview, one of my favorite drivers right now. Been going back and forth, hoping that happens next week, early next week. Kyle agreed, Terry, that would be great for the Cubs. Corey, I hope Sammy runs out to right field like he did back in the day. Go Cubs, me too. Atomic Burrito won tickets to the NASCAR street race this week. Happy Friday to you, Bubs. Bears news, a bit quiet. So question for you, which rookie are you most excited for and why? I'm going to say Colston Loveland. I mean, I'm going to go with it shouldn't be a boring pick because I want to see what Loveland can do to the offense and the defense that they're going against. And I want to see if it opens up a Cole Kmet. This is kind of make or break time for Cole Kmet, and I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for always acknowledging me and all of us on this great channel. Appreciate you, Bizarro, Sean. Cardinals don't scare me. We can beat them. I completely agree. Give it a rest, Clyde. You get acknowledged every day. Okay, what's up, Clyde? I know you're at work. Great question from Jay. Incredible how the Sox were in a different situation about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Barrel Landscapes. Hey, happy to be. Thanks for joining us. Bulls really blow. How disappointing. Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you now. Bizarro's at home. That part, I've seen them anywhere from late first round to late second round. So, Sean, you never know with these mock drafts, man. It could get really nutty in the week leading up. So we'll just see. Just my opinion, it seems the Hawks want to get better, but they seem to lack the ability to take the next step or two towards legitimacy. I liked what Pat's answer yesterday about Jeff Blashill, their new head coach, because he talked about how he was down on him at first, and then after doing some research and hearing some stuff, I like the fact that he's coached before and he's coached a young team for almost 8 years. Okay. So I think they want to get better, and I think they're going to make every step. They got to keep Connor Bedard happy there. He ain't going anywhere. He's only going to be – he's not even 20. So he'll be 20 next month, I believe. That kid's just getting going. Real Phil Sims, I challenge you to a coin toss next time PB is on for who gets their question answered first. Heads, I win. Tails, you lose. LOL, Phil, you're awesome. I go just so you guys know, the way I see them in the chat, stacked top to bottom, is usually how I go. So – Kyle, I knew you were going to be here and loaded and ready to go. That's Phil was, I think, before the show was already boom, 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 boom. Lip, Club World Cup, Cole Palmer to score plus 185 tomorrow. Coastal Carolina money line. You love Coastal. My Coastal Carolina future is still in play. It's unbelievable. They are by far America's team. But I was at a place down here, and there were some LSU guys going nuts. Like in the first inning, that Arkansas game was insane. Like Arkansas just cough that one up. Better not be sleeping on Ozzy, my guy. Absolutely not. Bubs. Joe, Red the Sox are bringing up rookie pickers. Jake Palish. Gonzalez for sure. I didn't see the other news, but Joe, I love it. Like, keep bringing up the dudes when they're ready. Pablo's already out there welcoming. Love Oklahoma City Sunday, says Chef. You would think so, Chef. You would think. If it's a blowout, it'll be like one of the more disappointing 7-game series that I think I could remember. I'm trying to hear game 7. 7.5 is the spread right now. 7.5. Toews coming back with the Jets. Mentioned that on the top of the show. It's like why the Hawks didn't want Patrick Kane. I don't get it. They want to rinse their hands of the old. Former Cub Hunter Biggie got hurt and had to be carted off the field. He got hit in the face with a foul ball last night. It was scary stuff. He did give a thumbs up going off the field. Can we get a handicap for Kyle Slack's great questions yesterday? Or hand clap, not a handicap. I'll give him a clap for sure. Young, Toews should have played for us league minimum since we already paid him in advance. Wow. I completely disagree with that. That guy got paid. He could probably... What he did to the Hawks was worth way more than $80 million. Have a great weekend and safe travels back to the Windy City. Appreciate you, Lip. How soon before the Bears sign their second-round picks? Training camp is slowly approaching. I don't get concerned, even leading up to camp. I think they have that whole week leading up to camp. Things will get done. I wouldn't be surprised. Appreciate you, Pablo. You demand says, Kyle, hey, Guff, not asking much. The show is that good. Appreciate you, Phil. All right, so what's not been good as of late, guys? Man, oh man, did I misread that game yesterday, huh? The bet of the day, struggle bus city. But again, you ride with me or you fade me. This one's going to sound funny, but here's where I'm going with this one. 7 straight starts for Davis Martin of 6 innings or more pitched. 7. He's kind of become their de facto lean on, I don't want to say ace, but as close to it as possible. He is at 17.5 outs recorded. That gets him into the 6th inning, but not through the 6th inning. Okay. We are 4-11 this month. We're 1-3 this week. Another losing week. Here's why I like this. Not just for the consistency. They're at Toronto tonight, 6:00. Not just for the consistency that Davis Martin has. Toronto strikes out the least. I was going to go 4 strikeouts because he's been pumping out Ks left and right. Toronto strikes out the least in all of baseball. The White Sox just played a doubleheader yesterday. They used 8 relievers yesterday alone. 8. 4 apiece in each game, not to mention the starters who didn't go. Sean Burke went 5 1/3. Mike Vassell got beat up after 3 2/3. He was out. So that's 10 pitchers the White Sox used yesterday. Even if Davis Martin gets a little beat up early, they need him to eat up innings. They need him to eat up outs. I'm going to go on the reliability factor and the need factor here of where the White Sox are after a doubleheader. He could have 6 innings, 5 earned, but that would get us the over. And that's where I'm going with Davis Martin. This is an educated, looked up, feel good about. I'm leaning on my guy, Davis Martin. By the way, BA and I have a new White Sox recap podcast out. We graded. We're about at the midway point. We put letter grades, sent progress reports home to mom and dad on the White Sox rookie class. 8 players that we graded. Now there's already more than that because of today, what the news we're hearing about guys getting called up. 8 players. Honorary aviators today while doing the show on vacation. Appreciate you. They're sitting right over there, okay? Because I'm going to go right back out there and use them into the sun. And you let Bizarro Clyde mock me when I just want to be part of the recap podcast. Clyde, Bizarro, make love, not war. Okay, guys? I have you both on. There's the recap bet of the day. We need to cap off. We need to get back over 500. We were there earlier this week. It's been a rough month. All the goodwill we gave away back. We were 16-9 in May, 7 over. We're 4-11 in June, 7 under. So if you put it like that, we are 20-20 our last 40 bets. And that's how betting works. 50-50, my fine friends. Y'all have a great weekend, man. Hope that it's going to be hot. If you're in Chicago, it's going to be a scorcher. So get ready. Bring in the heat with me. Don't forget about Hooters, our fine friends there. The NASCAR street race. We're proud to partner with them. We're giving away tickets next week when we're at Hooters. Love you guys. Appreciate this show greatly. Appreciate this community greatly. Have a great, absolutely have a great weekend. Kyle, thank you. Great show. Enjoy your weekend. Everybody go Chicago. Let's go. Cubs, get your crap together. Get 2 out of 3 this weekend against the Seattle Mariners. White Sox playing at Toronto. We'll have recaps all weekend long as we usually do. We have the lunch hour. We have the rush hour later. We'll have a Cubs recap. We'll have a Sox recap. Stay tuned to the channel. As always, subscribe, hit that bell so you get notified every time we drop fresh content. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Enjoy the weekend. Appreciate this community greatly. I'll be back in Chicago on Monday when we get back together. In the meantime, go to Hooters, originalhooters.com. Visit one of the 11 Chicagoland locations nearest you. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. See you Monday on the Recap Lunch Hour. Take that.